Our next guest says the pain and the effort of the trade war, which is in part responsible for the losses today, could be worth it if it levels the playing field. But as we figure that out, he says he's got some Teflon tariff stocks. Kevin Miller, CIO of E-Valuator Funds, is ready to give them to us. I like this. Teflon tariff stocks. Give me some of them.
All right, Liz, thanks for having me. Start off with an easy one right away. That would be Visa. Visa is as you know, huge conglomerate with regard to processing global transactions. Technically, or not technically, they're basically the toll booth for global spending. 44 million merchants throughout the world, billions of cards distributed. If you track Visa's performance and compare that next to Amazon, you'll notice there's some similarities with regard to how they have been marching up. You know, if the tariffs do come into effect and things get more expensive, Visa makes their money by getting a percentage of the purchases that are made through their credit card. Right. That means that the amount of purchases go up and they're going to make more money.
Yeah, and I would think, too, as long as the consumer is buying something and charging it, whether that be food or real necessities, Visa's going to do pretty well. Boeing's an interesting one to me. You see that as a Teflon tariff stock? How is that possible? Because, you know, China is the biggest buyer of Boeing. Boeing sells most of its planes to China when it comes to those numbers in Asia.
Yep, very good question. There's a huge backlog in commercial airplanes. Boeing is rotating and turning into putting out more of their high-margin airplanes, the 737. Boeing's also diversified outside of just commercial airline, and their defense side, they're processing the F-18 orders from Middle East, which we don't see that falling off. And then likewise, they're very smart in recently acquiring KLX, a parts distributor, which is in a relatively high-margin industry. So as these airplanes age and need new parts, they'll be capturing some revenue as a result of that as well.
Okay, and you know, it's interesting. You also like Raytheon, which on a day like today, where the president is, he may not be totally serious, but he's pushing NATO members to spend more on defense than the 2% required of their own GDP. It's interestingly enough down. Maybe that's a bargain here, but we've only got about a minute left, and I'm really interested to know if you think that the $200 billion in tariffs that the president has just threatened, they will not go into effect until at least September. If that's what's at work, we now have the Dow negative for the year.
Yes. Yeah, the Dow is negative. I always kind of look at the S&P 500, which year-to-date, as of last night's close, was up 4.5%. Compare that to the Shanghai and China, which was down more than 15%. So there's a 20% dispersion between Shanghai and us. I feel comfortable that China's going to feel a little more pressure than we are. And I think what the president is doing is spot on. At some point in time, we got to call a stop to the deficit that we have and get reciprocal trading.